gas enters the west side of the front first bedroom. This is the electric meter, west wall, below grade. Cannot actually see a grounding rod. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Meter should be sealed on 3 sides to help prevent moisture infiltration into the wall. This is the main disconnect for the condensing unit. It should be sealed on 3 sides, and it should not be located. There's some room. It should not be located behind the unit. It's just the rules. I don't make them up. This is how it's laced up right there. That's what it looks like. There's a condensing unit. And by the way, it's properly fused. It says here we got, what am I reading here? 3.5 tons. This unit's 13 years old. It's properly fused. But what I'm really reading is R22. They no longer manufacture R22 in the United States. They no longer import it. Yes, it's true that there are stockpiles of it. Yes, you can buy some. Yes, it is expensive. It's also true that they sell drop-ins, alternative refrigerants. But this unit is probably only 10 SEER. And the drop-ins, the alternatives, are between 10 and 30% less efficient. So just about any technician that comes out here to service this is going to recommend that you update it, upgrade it, turn it to a 410 system. Rightfully so. It'll be more efficient. Now, is it cooling? Yeah, it's cooling. I'll put my hand over here. It's moving a little heat. Let's see. While we're here, read my notes. Is it cooling? Let's see. 14. It's only raking 14 degrees of heat. At its best points, probably not cooling so well. Texas Real Estate Commission might have a better attitude about that, but I'm sticking to my guns. I just don't think 14 is sufficient. If this was installed today and it wasn't, this insulation would no longer meet energy requirements. Of course, that was in 2015. Because see how soft it is? See how it damages? Of course, it's short down here. And then these Schrader valves, refrigerant service ports, okay, they should be anti-theft valves installed today. The unit's not level. It's supposed to be level. And the foundation pad is supposed to elevate it a minimum. That pad is supposed to be a minimum of 3 inches above grade. So it's too low, it's crooked, wrong foam, missing foam, wrong caps. Disconnect is behind the unit. Disconnect should be sealed. But really, what's going on here is the age in the refrigerant. It's 13 years old. These units are engineered on paper to last 20. But Las Vegas will give you 14. That's about how long they last. I've got an 18-year-old one. I get it. I'm not replacing it till it dies. I installed it new. But you're buying into this unit. You're buying into a 13-year-old unit. It's a decaying. This is the data plate. We'll move on along. On your report, you're going to see some infrared images where the insulation is lacking. In this corner, it's lacking pretty bad. It's pretty impressive what I'm seeing. This is the corner's got all this going on too, by the way. Just FYI. That's not what I brought you in for. It's an abbreviated trip inside. Electric service panels should not be installed inside clothes closets. It was okay when it was built, I suppose. Should have a main service disconnect, a single main. They say, oh, well, 5 throws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's it. Well, no, that's 6, actually. Oh. And paint shouldn't be inside the cabinet. Well, that paint shouldn't have been there. You shouldn't have a gap. And the bonding location, which, by the way, the bonding is on the cold water side of the hall, bathroom, lavatory. I know where the bonding is. But the bonding location should be labeled in here. Because maybe whoever's working on this isn't going to be on, be able to go on a treasure hunt. Installed today, we'd have protective covers. And these wires look kind of small too, by the way. They do. Bundling. Only supposed to bring 2 cables in at a time for the skin effect. It's pretty common. You see it a lot. Doesn't make it better. Doesn't make it good. Put some light on the subject. Some more lines. Paint. Gap. Mouse dookie. Is that combustible? I hope not. And then you see these white wires in here. Okay. They're not supposed to be double lugged. Some people call them double tapped. Well, whatever you want to call them, but they're not supposed to be like that. They're definitely not supposed to be like that. With the white wires, only 1 wire, 1 screw. One way. Now the grounds, the bare copper, they can be doubled. But the whites, no, they shouldn't be doubled like that. And look at all the paint on those wires. If the paint is on the wires like that, don't you know it's behind these breakers? I mean, I can't see. Can I? Oh, I can see a little bit. Okay, I'm not seeing too much. I don't know how we got around that. Something's going on. Something's not copacetic. Anyway, code says no paint inside the cabinet. No debris inside the cabinet. But that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. This is a Sylvania Zensko. It's like the second least favorite, second most unpopular electric service panel around. It's called a single bus. It's not a split bus system. They're dangerous to work on. Technician never knows whether it's hot or cold. It's anybody's guess, and it's kind of dangerous. And it's over 30 years old. And I'm going to give you a link inside your report, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the R22 outside. We're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about the R22. We're going to talk about the Sylvania Zensko. And, it's not just your home, it's your home investment. If you're selling this house, if you keep this house for 6 months and decide that you just need to get out of it, this panel will still be here. 6 months or 5 years, take your pick. The R22, you might keep that thing going. My air conditioner is like 17, 18 years old. 5 years, you buy into all this, and in 5 years you're going to be trying to sell it. And the next home inspector is probably not going to be as kind, honestly, as I am. Some home inspectors will just look at this, they'll say, Zensko, go! And then just, carry on and keep, get their money and keep, do their inspection. I don't know. I thought my clients might want to know. That's just me, my business model. That's a kind of a backwards way of fishing for a compliment. I get it. This is a thermostat. Today, thermostats. Every single family residence should have at least one programmable thermostat. This house has one thermostat, and it's not programmable. This is the pull-down ladder, one of them for the attic. We're going to go up here a little bit. Inquiring minds and all that. Let's see what we got. Oh, we don't have an attic light. That's inconvenient. We don't have an attic light. The pull-down ladder is not insulated. That's inconvenient. That's some bills. The ladder feels kind of weird too. Just saying. You see those screw holes right there the manufacturer put because he wanted screws to go through there and through the wall to hold this whole thing up? It's not doing too good of a job there. We're kind of missing screws or nails at critical points. They did them here. They did them here. Go left, not right. Okay, I can follow directions. Got some loose fill fiberglass, and we got some batt fiberglass, and we're missing some insulation over there. And then we can see the roof decking is OSB, but just as hilarious, just as fun. They painted this with a radiant, insulating, space-age paint. It's a joke. Oh, you get some benefit from it, but whoever paid for this, unfortunately, whoever bought this didn't get what they paid for. They paid way too much. White House paint would have done the same. So it's done. It's done. You will get some benefit. But if you think that you're buying a radiant panel paint, you're not paying anything extra for this paint. That paint's a joke. Okay? This didn't mean to be an attic lecture. I meant to do them differently, but we're here now. It's that big old knot hole right there. That's on the stress side of the rafter. Probably should scab a sister in there. Probably should. And the purlins are undersized, as we expect for the construction, but they are. And the stiffener, the struts for them do not have stiffeners. And we've got this is where the sumping is. Remember we were talking about the sumping on the roof? Yeah, that was earlier. Remember we were talking about that? Well, look, here we are. We've got a broken purlin. And we're hanging the air conditioning unit from it. That's why the roof is sumping. We've got all this weight pulling down on it. And it broke the rafter. It broke it real good. Let's see what we got here. That's where the air filter goes. That's leaking. Leaking around there. Oh yeah, we're leaking here. We're just leaking away. What are you doing today, Mr. Vent? I'm leaking, man. Hey, I'm leaking. I see we got somebody got in here and they doctored on it a little bit. They did. They doctored on it some. We got some collar beams. This flue's not properly supported. We do not have a 30-inch service platform. Gas line is in the way. See that silver connector? They've been outlawed forever. Had a little problem with them blowing up schools and stuff. So yeah, that should be replaced. No kidding. I will replace that tomorrow. The primary drain line does not have a P-trap. It's not insulated. Your secondary drain line, look, it drains on the outside of the safety pan. That's not good. That's not good. We got little rain buckets up here. We still leaking over here? Oh. Still leaking? Yeah. It's pretty good. What is it, 81? Ah, it's really not leaking. It looks good. It looks impressive. Not to be, though. The air conditioning duct's not supposed to sag more than ½ an inch. Yeah, I don't think that's more than ½ an inch. What about this over here? That one's leaking. I still can't get an impressive number. You can't tell me that it's not leaking, though. I'm just going to use a camera image. Oh, I'll do it, but, you know, that doesn't mean anything. It just reminds me when I take my notes. Air duct on the ground, air duct sagging, air duct kinked. 2 layers of insulation in the attic. 2. Not 1, but 2. That's not usually a good thing. Not usually a good thing. We're missing some batt over here too. And the reason why it's not good is because the properties are different. You don't know what you have. Battery voltage low. I get it. I know. I got notes. Set you up right there so I'll forget you. It covers the soffits. Covers the insulation. We got a radiant. We got radiant up here, right? All this radiant paint. It's expensive radiant paint. It's hot as the dickens up here. It is hot, hot, hot. So that radiant paint's not really working. I said some benefit. I didn't mean 0 as a clue. So it's an old Frigidaire unit. Let's see if we can get an age on this. Oh, there's a Nordine here. Nordine serial number 2004. That's what I think I'm reading. I'll do some homework. Let me get the old Frigidaire here. Big Bill installed this. And Big Bill broke the roof. Broke the roof. This is where the sumping is from the roof video. Frigidaire. 2003. Does that sound about right? Is that what I was getting over here? And the flue? The flue's not properly supported either. It's not properly supported. We got stuff going on. Oh, we got a broken rafter where that sumping is. Look at this rafter right here. It's broken, just as big as day. Not broken like that. But he's having a bad day. He's having a bad day. He is. Okay.